I'm Chantel Mullen, Dean of Student Discipline and Student Relations Administrator. Girls get into the exact same type of trouble that boys get into. Anything that you can think of, generally, males and females engage in about the same. But girls historically have not reached the number of disciplinary actions that boys have. Boys, on the whole, are disciplined more than girls. The girls still are disciplined less, but some of their incidents are starting to become more aggressive. Typically, because girls are very social or tend to be very social, when they have conflicts, it tends to involve their friends. And once you delve very deeply into the conflict, you will find what we call the fractured friendships, where a group of girls, there may have been a core group of girls, and there will be an incident that will fracture the friendships, and then they all divide up, and there will be a history or a pattern of what we will see as passive-aggressive behavior, where they may follow each other. Then there's the talking about each other. They're talking back and forth to friends. There's the name calling, the derogatory statements about each other. It will just continue to escalate until you may see a physical altercation ensue. Part of our challenge is with the advent of social media. A lot of the conflict that we used to see in the school, the passive-aggressive behavior, now takes place somewhere else. We see parents who will bring us copies of Facebook pages, messages that are being exchanged back and forth between the young ladies, the MySpace pages. I have just been amazed at the level of conversation that is happening between 11 p.m. and 5 o'clock in the morning, because we will see Facebook conversations that are literally going on all night if you read the timestamp of the conversations. The boys are on the social media. They do tend to talk. We see it more associated with boys and girls who are involved with cliques or gangs, more so than just two young men having a conflict. So it's more so girls. Uniquely, boys will have an issue with another boy and not know him. It just may be they bumped into each other in the hallway, they had a disagreement, and they may fight. But the girls really usually know each other. The weapon of choice for young ladies is usually a razor, something with a sharp edge. Not so much knives, even though they will bring knives. Rarely have I seen a young lady bring a gun. Now, I've seen young ladies have guns before, but boys are nine times out of 10, it will be a young man. Box cutter, razor, or pocket knife. I try to reflect back to high school for myself, and I seem to remember girls kind of walking down the hall behind other girls, talking about them, having the conversation, and you try to pretend that you're not having the conversation about someone. So I don't think the behavior is any different than what's already been going on. I think the children just have some new tools that they use, and it appears to be more escalated. Because with the cell phones and with the social media, they're in instantaneous contact, and they're relaying information about each other at speeds that we have to adapt to. And so conflict that in previous years had time to dissipate, or anger that had time to dissipate, doesn't have that time, that cushion anymore. Incidents that would have de-escalated are now escalating simply because of it. And I can start to see a trend and a shift in the school thinking, because they're now having to try to, when they see something on the horizon, they're just having to approach it differently.